So we're going to talk about the entirety of macrocosm and microcosm, outside of us and inside of us, and the struggle that we tend to have as human beings that think we're separate. So today we're just going to pull it apart. We're going to unpack it and see it for what it truly is. I'll slowly go through each of the stages so that you can take your time to comprehend what it is that's being shared, the teachings that are being shared, by the way. This isn't Paul. This is knowledge, wisdom, teachings that have been around for a long time. It's not just my take. It's me expressing them in the manner that I know how to express them, which is why I do what I do. So logically, we see the 4 seasons of spring, summer, autumn, winter as a cycle. It doesn't just finish. It doesn't just do it once. It's a cycle. And therefore, we can understand outside of us, nature is a cycle. Everything that I put inside of me, everything I eat from the outside cycle becomes me, becomes part of me. The nutrients that I put into my body become me. And therefore, I'm connecting with the cycle outside of me. It's not just the form cycle or the food. It's also energy in itself. And we call that air in the West. We take in air, we breathe. And every time I breathe, I'm bringing in the outside cycle internally, and then I'm releasing it externally. Every in-breath follows an exhalation. Every exhalation follows an inhalation. It's a cycle. So I'm taking substance from outside of me and putting it inside of me in the form and the formless manner. I'm going through a cycle, repetitive cycle. One way to comprehend what's taking place in the West is called cause and effect. In the East, karma. Cause and effect is also a cycle. It's not merely I do this and that is the effect. I cause an effect by my actions. I cause a result, if you like. And that result then becomes the cause of the next result. It's a cycle. In and out. Breath, nature, food, energy, everything is a cycle, and everything is connected internally and externally. We come to the position of confusion when we think we're separate to it, and we see with our eyes that there are multiple beings doing things concurrently that are different. Therefore, we think we're separate to them, when in fact we're not separate. We're just witnessing the experience or the manifestation of individuals in exactly the same period of time. I'm sitting here, you're sitting there, experiencing something. And we manifest or we make that up. That's my experience, that's your experience, and yet it's happening concurrently. And therefore there should be no confusion, no confusion. All of it is happening at the same time. It's all connected at the same time. And what is it that we're talking about? We're going to slowly unpack that. In order to understand time, which is timeless, it's timeless. And in order to understand space, where I occupy my position, is boundless. We need to unpack them. And we can do it logically. Time, future, present, and past. That's the time. But it's relative to where I am. Where am I? The future is not here yet. I am in the present, and the past is gone. That's relative reality. Conventional reality that has a number of labels. It's relative to me. The future is not here. I am here. Eventually, the future gets here, becomes the present. I am in the present. So is the time. And then it passes by. I am in the present, but the time is in the past. So it's like the ocean. If we're sitting there looking at the ocean, it's just flowing toward us, or a river, if you like, flowing toward us. The future is moving toward us. There's nothing for me to do. There's nowhere for me to go because I can't be in the future. Not on this plane, not on this plane of consciousness. I can't be in the future. This body is in the present. So if I patiently wait for the future to come to the present, then all of the options are open. Everything is there. It's here for a moment and then it's in the past. So that's time. I'm not separate to it at all. I'm in it and it's a cycle. Space, the space I occupy, is boundless. If I go up, as far as I can go up, it's boundless. Science can't tell me where it finishes. Same with down, same with left, same with right, and same within the body. If I go in the body, I get to a point where science will tell you that the smallest, even the atom itself, the smallest of the nucleus, when you go in it, there is nothing there but space. Nothing. They can't explain that. Why? Because we are it. Boundless space in boundless or timeless time. Mankind has to make sense of this for our brain to comprehend it. So we divide it up. We divide time up and we make it future, present, past. We divide it up further into times of decades, times of centuries, times of months, times of days, weeks, times of hours, minutes, seconds. We divide everything up so that we can comprehend it. And yet it can't actually be divided up because it's not divisible. It's timeless, endless. Space is timeless, endless. Therefore, everything outside of me is timeless and endless, boundless. I'm taking it all in. I'm timeless and boundless. I am part of the cycle. I am cause and effect. And again, refer to nature. Look at water. Water goes back to its source and just will go through a quick cycle. Imagine the ocean, evaporation, up in the sky, forming clouds, traveling across, dropping down in whatever form it is, snow, ice, or water, rain, doing its job, whatever it is that it's doing, and then slowly but surely going back through the whole cycle. Whether it reaches the ocean or not, it evaporates, it goes through a cycle. It goes through a cycle. Anything in nature goes through a cycle, and we can see that. I am part of nature. I go through a cycle. Therefore, I am impermanent. Paul isn't. The body isn't. It breaks down and reforms. But that which is aware, that which is conscious, conscious is the same as aware. And the term consciousness is often used. Well, if I'm aware, then I'm awareness. And awareness is another label for consciousness. It's the same thing. I'm aware of this cycle. Therefore, I am that which is aware of it. That which witnesses it. Not the body, not the thing breaking down, but the thing that witnesses it. That which witnesses the cycle over and over and over and over. So why don't we remember it? That's the mystery, folks. We do, to a degree. We carry forward some of this, which is in us. And yet even that, if we get deeper, is irrelevant. It's irrelevant. And that's for another time. This step, just the awakening, will give you the opportunity to sit and just say, wow, I'm here. Time is coming toward me. Everything is coming toward me. All options are there. And I tend to select parts of it and create a reality for a present moment. Then it passes through. If I hold on to that, if I cling to that image of what I believe is, then I'm creating that. If I hold on to an image of pain and suffering, even though it's passed through, I'm stuck. I'm attached to pain and suffering. If I hold on to wisdom as it passes through and I develop it, and I gradually develop wisdom to the extent that I am wisdom, then I will come to see that I'm not holding on to it. I am wisdom. And wisdom tells me exactly what we've just unpacked, as opposed to holding on to pain, suffering, because that will just tell me I am in pain and suffering. And my life will be that in each moment as I hold on to it and carry it forward. Although, as I said, we're not actually carrying anything forward. We're in the present moment continually. We're holding on to what came through and not letting it go to the past. If I just let go, if I become non-attached to time and space and causality, non-attached, and just allow myself to experience whatever it is in the moment, then enlightenment, awareness, awakeness, consciousness, give it whatever label you want, will come to the forefront. It can't not. Now, this isn't something that I can teach you. I cannot teach you this, because listening to my words and listening to the teachers of all of the teachings that I've experienced, and I've been grateful to have this knowledge and wisdom, listening to the words is just knowing it. It's not knowledge. Knowledge, true knowledge, is experiential. We need to experience something to have true knowledge of it, because then we are it. That's the point. I'm not trying to be anything. I just am. I hope that clears it up a little bit for you. And if you'd like more information, please reach out. There's a website, paulpettit.com, and there's lots of offerings, lots of things we can look at. On my personal journey, I've respected every one of the practices that I've been able to engage in and invited to engage in, whether they're the Abrahamic religions, whether they're Buddhism, whether they're Hinduism or Taoism, whether they're any of the schisms from any of them. I've enjoyed them, and I've respected them for the message they're giving. The message is the same, as long as we don't make it personal that this is the way. It's just the way. It's not one. Ultimately, everything is one. All of them lead to the same thing. They're all one. So don't assume that the practice that you're doing is the only practice that will get you closer to the answer and the label that's often given, God, that which is omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent, because you are. And each of them will show you, you are. Some say, I am a spark of God. God is within me. I'm a reflection of God. Yes, yes, to all of it. You're not separate. I'll leave you with this, just this thought. Just contemplate this for a moment. Think of the ocean. Call ocean God for a moment. If I were to dip 8 glasses into the ocean and put them in different areas of the world, they are 8 representations of the ocean. So what we have is truth. When we say, I am just a drop in the ocean, no. The ocean is a drop in you. The entire ocean is within you. Enjoy the journey.